Listen, if you're trying to learn candlestick charting, stop trying to memorize all these textbooks patterns. I got a 5th grade simple strategy that shows you when to enter, lets you know the best times to take profit, what to pay attention to, a community that you get access to, etc. And I'm a newbie. I'm learning, but I'm putting people on because a lot of people have been taken advantage of by individuals, by companies, by entities, by fake companies, by fake professors, and people have lost money tremendously. But I want people to understand how to get money out of the market, and one of the best ways is to tap into the $1 trillion a day industry of trading and understanding how to get money out of the market, but without having to memorize all of these different patterns, when you can just count to 4, because it's a 4 metric system, discover the colors tell you what to do, and then pay attention to other things and continue to learn through the process. You do those things, you can be a profitable trader and do it on a regular basis with having high probabilities. Let's get into the video of what took place this morning, and it happens on several different mornings around the clock. You're able to discover opportunities, so you're not glued to a certain time frame like, I got to do it at this time or that time. Yes, there are some high probable times, I can't escape that. However, there's always opportunity throughout the day, throughout multiple different tickers. So let's get into one. All right, so like I stated, you don't have to try to memorize all of these textbooks, candles, and things of that nature. You just want to get access to a system, a tool that can help you know when to buy, when to sell, when to take profits, when to place your stop loss. And as you learn, you'll understand a little bit more as you go. How do I know? Because I'm a beginner. I've been doing these demo trades just so I can get the reps in, but the profitability, I can see it being there. And I don't want people to sleep on this opportunity, this tool, just because you feel that you have to learn everything that everyone is teaching. Now, this is not letting somebody else do it for you. This is not giving you copy trade signals. This is not giving you the ability to copy someone else's account. This is you still learning and knowing and executing, but having all of the things in place so you can know when the market is primed and ready for you to press buy or sell, simply put. Now, there is a bot option that gives you the ability to tap into having a bot that works for you. And again, you're in control of the bot. You can pause it. You can take profits when you want to. You can stop the loss when you want to. You can let it run when you want to. You control the bot, but it's pre-programmed with some of the metrics I'm about to go over. That said, this is a replay of earlier today when, you know, people were making money based on the metrics I'm about to show you. Like I said, if you can count to 4 and you know your colors, you can be a high probability profitable trader. It's just that simple. The 4 things you're looking for. You want it to give you some form of a signal, but not just settle for the signal. This is an example of the signal, but you can't just settle for the signal itself. What you're looking for is some other things so you can determine whether it's an A+ setup or not. You want to look at the daily bias here in the upper right hand corner. What does the daily bias say? Is it bearish? Is it neutral? Is it bullish? Depending on what that says will determine what type of sell signal you want to show up during that time frame. So if it's a daily bias of bearish, you would like for it to show up sell signal during that time. Right now, that's what it's showing. And if they show a sell signal, what you also want to look at is, does it have red bars? Like in alignment when the sell was submitted, does it have red bars? And you want to look at that momentum bar. Is money coming in, flowing, that can push it in that direction? You want that to be green. If all 4 of those things check out when it's time to sell, hit sell. And then you can position yourself for the take profit 1, 2, or 3, or early profits, because sometimes that makes sense to do as well. If it's a buy signal, then you want the daily buys to say bullish, simply put. But let's play this out real quick so we can make this video not so lengthy, and I'll give you a visual towards the end. Hopefully that helps. So this was earlier today around, let's just say 9 o'clock, you know, a little bit earlier than 9 o'clock. And it's moving faster than it typically would because this is the replay, but you'll get the point. So right now it went from bullish or bearish to neutral. That's important to notice as well. Now just that fast, it went to bullish. So things can change. And this is the 2-minute chart, which means every candle represents 2 minutes. So here it was looking bearish, but after that candle and that candle, we're 4 minutes in, it's already showing bullish. So now what signal would we like to receive if the daily bias is showing to be bullish? We want to see a buy signal, absolutely. But right now we don't have the metrics lining up. It says bullish, but we don't see a signal. We see a little green, no momentum, but let's keep playing so we can see how it plays out. But you're looking for those 4 things: daily bias, signal. You want those things to match. You want to see what the trend is, what color are these bars, and then you want to see some green here. So those are the things that you're looking for. Right now, it's still continuing to go in the upward direction. That doesn't mean place the buy, but it is trending or moving in the upward direction. I believe at the time of this, when it was live, okay, boom. So you see a confirmed buy signal. Confirmed buy, it shows a couple of different ways. Sometimes it might say, A plus signal. It's a couple of different ways that you'll see a buy, but you see this buy. Now it's bullish. Buy matches bullish. That's great. We see green trend, but we don't see a green momentum bar. Does that mean you can't take the trade? Not necessarily, because there is a TP1 right here. You can't really see it, but there is a TP2 there. However, if you take a trade like this, you want to be in position to take profits a little earlier because the momentum is not there. But that doesn't mean momentum won't show up either. But you will know, okay, I got 3 out of the 4. If I had 4 out of the 4, I could hit the buy. But I got 3 out of the 4. 3 out of the 4 means you may want to take early profits. However, let's focus on the A+. And this serves as the entry line. They're saying this is a good entry. Now, right now, it's up here. But if this is a good entry line, who knows? Can it pull back and touch that and now give me a better entry? Because the lower you buy, when it starts to go up, the higher your profits. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so let's hit play and see what happens next. So we got 3 out of the 4, but not a true 4 out of the 4. If it's 4 out of the 4, meaning all 4 things are true, now you're stepping into A+ territory. And I want you to just see what just happened. I want you to see what just happened. Did y'all catch that? What just happened? So I'm going to pause it just in case you missed it. Daily buy is still bullish. We got the confirmed buy not too long ago. And I said it was 3 out of the 4. What was the 3 out of the 4? Daily buy is bullish, buy signal, green trend, but it was no momentum. It was gray. Now we got some momentum. And now we're heading back towards the perfect entry line. Now, you can enter a buy right here because this is an A+ setup. You can. Or you can see if it draws back closer to the entry line. The choice is yours. And then you got your TP1 right here. So you're just looking for it to head in that direction. But it is a box right here too. And sometimes that can serve as a little resistance. So that's something to be mindful of as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see if it pull backs a little bit. Then, I enter a buy if it gets close enough to that line. And this gives you the confidence. I'm not focused on this type of bar means this type of bar, bull flag, bear flag. No, I'm looking at these signals. Do they match? Okay, if so, cool. Okay, look, now we're getting closer to my line. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and just enter a buy because we're getting closer to the entry line. Let's see if we can move this out the way. We're getting closer to the entry line right here. So I enter the buy. And now let's see what happens from there. What type of profits are available, etc. And there's some other things that are on these charts. All these charts. So I could have entered my buy here because it actually came down lower. So I could have entered my buy there, but now it's looking like I'm at a loss. It's part of the game. But just that fast, it's looking like I'm in profit. This will be a good take profit opportunity. For one, it has this box here that means that this kind of can serve as resistance. It even says resistance structure here. So this would be a good take profit mark. Does it mean it won't hit TP1? No. But if I'm okay with the profits that I see on the screen, then I'll take it. And right now I'm okay with it. So let's hit take profit. 120 to the good. 120 to the good just because we took an A+ setup. It's very key and critical. And it's just that simple. I could let it play out just so you can see how the market went. But the fact that I'm trying to show is if you can align the colors, the daily buy, if this is green, you're looking for a buy signal. If you got a buy signal, you're looking for it to be trending green. And then if you see some green momentum, that's an A+ setup. If it gets close to your entry line, that's an A+ setup. Hit buy. And sometimes you don't have to wait for it to hit that. You could just might have to wait it out a little more or be able to deal with the drawback like I did. It was down $25, but then boom, when it finally made it through this candle, we was up over 120. On the flip side, if it's a sell, you want three things to be red and then that momentum bar at the bottom to be green. Simply put. If you want access to the system, to this tool, it's a link down below so you can get access to the tool, so you can learn how to get money out of the market without having to try to memorize all of these charts and candles. Not that you can't do it, but I want to put you in a position to be profitable and have high probability trades, because once you see an A+ setup, it's been like an 80% success rate in terms of it hitting TP1. But sometimes it might hit TP2 and TP3 and beyond, and you can make a mini fortune. And some people have made a fortune. There's people in our group who make $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day. Somebody even made 62,000. Really, it was 68,000 in one day. Results are not guaranteed, but I'm just letting you know that these tools work, and the better you get at it, the better you'll be able to utilize it and benefit from it. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.